Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've got quite the show planned for you. We're going to be responding to two things instead of just one this morning. I know. It's quite out there, but Vaughn had a bit of a shorter morning coffee. It's only about like 22 minutes or so. So in addition to this, I'll be responding to something a bit more serious later on. I'll be getting into some drama and defending one of my former co-hosts. Good morning, everybody. What's up? Watch the world burn. We got Richie Ruggs here. We got Hian. I like how, for some reason, YouTube and StreamYard tells me I have one viewer right now, and I know for a fact, based on the fact that there's multiple people talking in chat right now, that that's not the case. Gotta love it. Yeah, I've noticed that whenever like a YouTube stream ends, it'll only say like like 3 or 4 fucking viewers, even though I've seen like up to 25 people usually watching live. So it's been weird on YouTube's end. They haven't been processing like viewers properly. There seems to be some type of weird glitch going on with how YouTube's processing viewership and shit like that. Especially when it comes to like after the fact. I've noticed it takes way longer for them to actually give an accurate, proper fucking amount of viewers. What's up, Sydney? What's up, Sydney? Hope you're having a good morning. Glad to have you all here. Let's dive into this Von Helton shit, and then we'll get into the more serious stuff after.
Alrighty,
Thanks, Tammy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is morning coffee.
Man, just jumbling that fucking microphone around. Off to a good start, I see. Yeah, and by the way, I cleared past all the fucking bullshit. That was legitimately like an 8-minute long intro. It took him this long to actually get into the fucking substance of him talking. Good morning, Fit and Kirby. Nice to see you there. Hope you're having a good morning. Glad to have you here. Did my mouse really just fucking die? I gotta get some coffee in me. Let me chug down this coffee. And let's continue on with the video.
It is Morning Coffee 216. I almost said 2016. I'm like, oh shit. 216. And here we are. We are live. We are live. We are live. That little red sign right up there says we are live. We are live. We are live. And it is so. And so here we are this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is a chilly 27 degrees in the mighty metropolis of Manchester, Kentucky. And it is cold, cold, cold. That is really, really cold. That's not what I asked for, guys. I wanted a mild winter. And it looks like the gods are going to give me a mild winter. And that's what I wanted. That's what I requested. And so hopefully I'll get exactly that. Canada can keep them Arctic temperatures, brother. I don't want them. Trust me, I don't want them Arctic temperatures. No. Where it's so cold that when you
he'll bitch about the weather, but he won't acknowledge like climate change or anything like that. People like this are always that type, so I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. But Vaughn's just a living embodiment of that hypocrisy. Oh, actually, he does believe in fucking changing of the weather, but he doesn't think it has any natural fucking causes or that it's caused by human beings even. You know, he doesn't have those two common points of view. He actually thinks it's caused by some fucking weather machine, if you can believe that. Yeah, I got your Discord DM. Yeah, don't worry about that stuff. I saw that. I took note of it. Don't worry.
Freeze, it actually freezes and drops to the ground. No, I don't want that shit. No, y'all can keep that. Okay. Anyway, it is morning coffee, and we do have some things to talk about. There's this talk now, renewed talk. Even though the Supreme Court swatted it down, there's still renewed talk about debt forgiveness, student loan debt forgiveness. And let's go on here and do their version of it. Okay. All right, let me bring this up here.
Apparently, this is like the main gist of the entire stream. He's talking about student debt forgiveness, which is something that at this point is blindingly apparent the Biden administration is not going to accomplish. Also, what's up, old weather guy? Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Share the screen. And voila, mon ami. There it is.
Why are you bitching about this now? You couldn't have actually fucking talked about it when it was actually a relevant discussion. I think by now everyone knows it's dead in the water. What, do you just want to gloat over it? Like the dick you are?
All right, beautiful. Biden moves to forgive nearly $5 billion in student loans. Wednesday, December 6, 2023 at 3:38 p.m. EST. All right, and there's Biden. Well, at least we think it is. We're not really sure. Apparently, he's been using a lot of body doubles lately. In fact, he's
Man, he finds a way to slip in a little conspiracy almost every fucking sentence, doesn't he?
been using so many body doubles that a lot of people speculate.
Is it really that implausible to believe that someone's being kept alive because they have access to literally the best healthcare available to probably any human being on the fucking planet? Like, yeah, he's fucking old, but like they're gonna find some way to try and prop him up. It's ridiculous and sad to see, but I mean, it's the best fucking healthcare access possible. You know, there doesn't have to be some fucking ulterior explanation to this shit. I really don't get it. Yeah, it's just another conspiracy theory. He just casually throws those out like they're nothing, too. It's fucking hilarious.
Lady's already dead. And no, he wasn't sitting down to get Mo's, so sit down, Q-tards. He just uses body doubles. That's all. I mean, anybody in high-ranking politics is going to have body doubles. They just are. But he has been using body doubles a lot, and some people are speculating maybe he already croaked, and they're trying to just keep it quiet until the election gets here, and then they'll phase him out.
Look, you can say what you fucking want about. I do think the fucking government has tried to cover up a ton of fucking shady shit in the past, but I don't think they'd be able to cover up something that fucking insanely huge. Like, the death of a U.S. president is not just something that you can fucking hand wave and pretend like, oh yeah, that never happened. I feel like implying that is just a little bit too fucking far.
Anyways, Biden moves to forgive nearly $5 billion in student loans. Bloomberg, President Joe Biden moved to forgive $4.8 billion in student loans Wednesday, providing relief to more than 80,000 borrowers, including public sector employees.
That's a good point, old weather man. The internet really has brought together all the fucking village idiots. These people who would usually just get fucking laughed out of the fucking town, or worse back in the day. They're actually able to band together and actually have a voice with each other and enjoy each other's company. That's how we have the alliance between Brett Key, Von Helton, and J-Dubs. Like, these people would have never survived back in the day. But the society that today has allowed for, and including the fucking internet especially, just gives these people the platform to actually get into their own insular circle jerks. And unfortunately, they'll never change as a result because there's people enabling them constantly. Good morning, Seth. Nice to have you here, by the way.
And Americans who have been repaying their federal debts for decades. Funny, I never got a memo. Where's my memo at? The move implements regulatory changes taken by the administration to expand access to existing programs. Under new rules, the U.S. wiped out $2.6 billion in loans for more than 34,000 federal, state, and local and nonprofit employees, including teachers and members of the military. The administration also approved $2.2 billion in relief for nearly 46,000 borrowers who have been making income-based repayments for the.
Is that really that fucking far-fetched, Gian, for like the logic that Von Helton uses? He probably thinks there's like artificial androids, like Terminator style shit that can perfectly replicate human beings on the outside. So why the fuck wouldn't he believe that shit? He's already so far removed in what type of technology he thinks is possible. He thinks there's technology out there that can literally control all the weather around the world. I mean, is a fucking body double that's a fucking robot down under really that fucking far-fetched at this point when you're on this much level of cope? I would say not.
Extended period of time. Now, understand this is their version of it. We'll get to my version here pretty soon. While White House efforts to provide sweeping student loan relief were stymied by the Supreme Court, Biden has sought to expand forgiveness under existing programs. Some 3.6 million borrowers have received $132 billion in loan forgiveness under Biden. The Department of Where's mine? Where the fuck is mine? Where's my student loan debt forgiveness? Yeah, okay, we're getting there.
What, he claims he went to college? Did Vaughn actually go to fucking college? Did he actually at some point in his life try to get a higher education? I don't believe that, and I've never heard that before, so I'm definitely not inclined to believe it. I know there's more informed people on the Vaughn in the chat below who might be able to tell me, but yeah, I don't know about that shit.
We're getting there. Quote, I vowed to improve the student loan system so that higher education provides Americans with opportunity and prosperity, not unmanageable burdens of student loan debt, Biden said in a statement. I won't back down from using every tool at our disposal to get student loan borrowers the relief they need to reach their dreams, unquote.
I like how Vaughn claims he's simultaneously done it all, but he has nothing to show for it. Like, he wants us to conveniently believe all these fucking crazy things about his life stories. He's accomplished all this shit, try all this shit out, but, like, he never provides any of the receipts for any of his claims. Especially when it comes to shit that that's happened in his real life. Never mind his fucking political conspiracy theories and shit. Even just when it comes down to the brass tacks of who he is as a human being, the amount that we know is just from people being able to fucking dredge it up. You know what I mean? We can't just take him at his word. It's frank and blindingly apparent that he makes up and fabricates a lot of his history because there's so much inconsistency about it, too.
After the Supreme Court decision, which struck down Biden's proposal to forgive as much as $400 billion in debt, the White House has said they will offer additional proposals in hopes of slashing debt while passing legal muster. Earlier this week, the Education Department announced a proposal to provide debt relief for low-income Americans whose student loans are now greater than their original loan amounts. Boy, ain't that the truth. Ain't that the truth.
Is he trying to pretend like he can talk from experience here? Like, I don't get why he's going at it with this angle. I really don't understand why he's trying, or what even angle he's trying to take. I guess we can continue.
All right, and that's it. Now that's their version. Now, isn't it funny? You know, the Supreme Court balked at the Biden administration giving $400 to help struggling Americans, but the Supreme Court is totally silent on giving billions with a B. Now remember this, this here is nothing compared to the billions we're giving to Israel and the billions we're giving to the Ukraine. It isn't even a drop in the bucket. In fact, I think it's close to $1 trillion now with the two combined. So, I mean, I just find it interesting that the Supreme Court would balk at the idea of relieving student loan debt, but they're perfectly okay with giving foreign countries literally almost $1 trillion of the American tax.
That's a completely different conversation. I don't know why you're conflating these two conversations like they're the same thing when they're completely different. This is the same type of shit that fucking Dave does, where he tries to conflate fucking abortion and the death penalty together. He tries to draw together some vague correlation that these two issues have, but there's no point in doing that. You need to take these issues at their individual merit and discuss them on their own merit and not conflate the two.
Taxpayer money. I just find that interesting. Don't you? So anyway, now this is their version. Oh, we're going to help the poor, the indigent. We're going to help those that are struggling. Yeah, Well, the problem with that is that I have student loan debt, and I haven't heard a word from the Biden administration. And now, granted, this came out. This article was yesterday, but I mean, they've been talking about student loan debt for quite some time now, haven't they? Yeah, they have. So where's my debt relief? Well, I think it's a pie in the sky. My understanding is that the debt relief that Biden wants to give is to all of his buddies in Ivy League schools, Yale, Princeton, Harvard, etc. If you go into an Ivy League school, you get debt forgiveness. If you go to a little fly-by-night operation like Southern Ohio College or UK or something like that, yeah, you don't get shit. That's what I heard. Let me see if I can Google that and get a little bit more information on that. But yeah, I just find it interesting that where's my debt relief? Where's it at? I'd like to see it. Let me see here.
Just sputtering off random unsighted shit that he has no idea about.
All right. Let me see here.
This is like particularly sad, honestly.
Huh. Okay. Apparently, according to Bing, this is what Bing is saying. According to the article in Brookings, President Biden expressed reluctance to forgive large amounts of student loan debt owed by well-off students in elite schools. He was right. Even though elite schools represent a small fraction of undergrads, affluent students at elite schools borrow a lot. In 2014, the last year for which data was available, Harvard students owed $1.2 billion. Yale students.
I can't stand this shit. He's just trying to muddy up the conversation by being like, well, what about rich people? Well, yeah, I mean, they're already going to have fucking benefit. Like, they have enough fucking benefits in society. I don't think most people are trying to push this shit for them. Those aren't the people who need help.
Students, 760 million, and University of Pennsylvania students, a whopping 2.1 billion. Students at other elite schools like University of Southern California, NYU, and Columbia owed billions more. According to the Department of Education's college scorecard, students who graduated or withdrew in 2017 or 2018. Hold on a second. Let me let the dogs out.
Look at him fucking slump off. That's amazing. Wait a minute. I gotta go consult with the dogs. Oh my god, how long does this go on for? This is already a short enough stream. All right, I don't want to just hear fucking dogs barking. It was like a fucking solid minute I had to skip forward. Jesus.
Okay.
Here he is, the old frumpy fuck's back.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, we're live, right? Anyway,
you couldn't have done that before you actually went live. I know he doesn't watch after those dogs properly because we know what fucking happens to them. The most fucking disrespectful shit that can possibly happen to a pet has happened to Von Helton's dogs.
Okay, let's try this again. According to the Department of Education's college scorecard, students who graduated or withdrew in 2017
Oh my god, you just went over this shit, you dumbass.
or 2018 from elite or highly selective colleges and graduate programs, as ranked by Barron's, owed about 12% of all student loan debt in those years, but accounted for only 4% of all borrowers. Students from elite colleges.
You know, if I became president, the first thing I would do is I would immediately make use of Bing illegal. No one should be able to use Bing. Fuck Bing.
Owe a disproportionate share of student debt, in part because of the large graduate and professional degree programs at those schools. Harvard, for example, is the country's largest law school. Most of its students borrow, and the average borrower graduates with about 100.
Oh, look who it is. Hello there. Welcome aboard.
Hi, you can hear me. Good. All right.
Yep.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey, you know what you know what you signed up for coming in here. I mean,
Yeah, I know. It's not. My sleep schedule is such as that is like I'll be up during the morning, not during the night. So yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I'm glad to have you here this morning. Thank you for
Indeed.
joining us.
You might hear my roommate, but I apologize in advance.
That's perfectly fucking fine. There's always, you know, this is not a professional show. This is not like
No, God, no.
This is the least professional thing on YouTube. I don't even have a proper name for this yet. I've been calling it Archives Live, but you know.
Yeah. Fair enough. The Archives Live.
40,000 in student loans. Holy shit! Hang on a minute. Excuse me. Hang on just a second.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's nasty.
Was going to check on those dogs again? Jesus Christ. Did you just let them outside and not even fucking think about it? Because he was only gone for like 2 minutes. It's not like he was able to like let them out and get them back in. Dogs like to go out and fucking sniff for a while. He neglects them constantly, and it's really hard to ignore. It's like the one thing that still really bothers me. I'm glad the kids are out of the equation when it comes to Vaughn, but the fact that I still have to think about those fucking animals being abused, and it's not like anyone's gonna fucking ever intercept and like fix that shit, because animals are basically just considered property. It's fucking sad. He's gonna get away with abusing fucking animals probably forever until someone does something about it and just finally puts their foot down and is like, Vaughn, you can't do this shit anymore.
That's the last interruption. I would like to believe so. 143,000 in student loans, man. Fuck. Harvard law graduates probably owe taxpayers.
Yeah, but he's not going to vote for anyone who's going to actually do anything.
No, that involves doing things. Vaughn doesn't do things. He just leaves it up to his pitiful fucking gods.
Also, he's acting like he's owed some type of money through this shit when this is a completely different. It's not. Nothing about this would end up with giving him money. So I don't know why he's trying to push for it.
So yeah, like I said in the chat, if he went to college, sure, he might be owed something, but he didn't. He washed out in life.
It's like the conversation isn't even about like getting money. It's about erasing debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's called debt forgiveness, not give me a fucking handout.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a huge fucking difference. And these industries that have been scamming people for fucking years now can afford to pony up and take the L. They should be. It's a scam of their own fucking design, so they should pay the consequences for what they reaped.
I remember when I was told to go to college, and then I found out that I was only going for a certificate. Thank God I didn't get approved for FAFSA.
It has benefit for people who know what they want to do.
Yeah,
but a lot of people.
I wasn't gonna go for an independent living certificate for 2 fucking years. No, fuck that.
More than $500 million. Loans they can and should pay back.
No.
And that applies not to Ivy League schools, but
pause this. I got it.
Oh, it's going to be an every 6 seconds kind of stream.
You know what? Fuck you. Can I not educate the people, or are you gonna just?
It's all right. That's all right.
Run his gummy gums all over.
It's slowly sinking in with me that we're gonna be here for 3 hours instead of 1.5. So I'm just preparing.
The show has only been going for 25 fucking minutes. Calm your goddamn tits. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. It's been a brisk 25, but All right, well, go on. What were you gonna say?
Brisk 25.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's better than Dave,
Anywho,
better than
Vaughn,
Dave's type 15.
Vaughn, if you knew anything about fucking student loans, you'd know that the APR on them sons of bitches is exorbitant. There are people out there who have been paying their student loans for well over a few decades, and they're only still paying off the fucking principal because the interest on them sons of bitches is astronomical.
It
So,
really fucking is.
they should pay them back. You should fucking choke on a horse.
But he's uninformed because the only research that he's ever done is literally just, well, I heard
He
this
pulls it
one
out of
thing,
his ass,
and
that's
then
all
he does a
does.
Bing. Well, then he does a Bing search and he informs himself on the very first results. I hate when people do that shit. Like, do the bare minimum of research before you speak on a topic, beyond just like the first fucking Google search results, or even worse, the first search results of Bing.
Advanced degree programs. Nationwide, more than 40% of student loans were used to pay off the graduate or professional programs, and the degree programs that are the largest sources of student debt are MBA programs and law schools. Some undergraduate students from elite colleges also accumulate student debt because their institutions are more expensive. They have larger academic careers, and they are more likely to go on to elite graduate and professional programs that pay off handsomely in higher wages. They are often the ones with the largest amounts of student debt, but also the ones who...
Yeah, but a lot of working class people, especially, get foisted into that shit immediately after high school.
See, that's the boomer mentality right there, is that, oh, well, you got out of college, you should be able to get a great paying job right away and pay off those loans. Doesn't fucking happen.
You know who believes that? People who didn't go to college, and they tend to foist that upon their children because that lie was sold to them.
Yep. Meanwhile, most of their fucking tertiary education was much cheaper. Like much cheaper.
Yeah,
Oh,
increasingly.
and you want to know the funny thing is, if they went bankrupt, they could discharge the debt in court. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's been like an increasingly big issue over time. It's been an incremental problem, but like the gap between then and now is just absolutely fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because things have gotten worse, not better.
gained the most from the education. In summary, while it is true that students from elite schools owe a disproportionate share of student debt, it is not accurate to say that Biden's debt relief plan only helps Ivy League schools. Well, I like you, Bing, but I'm going to disagree with you, because that's...
You're not disagreeing with fucking Bing. They didn't write this shit. Jesus Christ.
Like,
oh my God. This is just a summary from one of the first fucking results here.
Just that blind boomer ignorance.
Oh my God, yeah. Acting like this is fucking Bing giving it to him.
Oh,
like,
Bing
no.
Bing said it Bing believes it to be true. Well, it's false.
It's a search engine, though. Does he not know what a search engine is? It's a compilation of other shit. Like, its purpose is to gather shit together.
You expect him to know what a fucking search engine is, and he doesn't know what,
I do.
what
Someone
the
who's
world
been on
is?
Yeah, I would expect someone who's been on the internet for over 2 goddamn decades to know what a search engine is. Yes, no matter how fucking stupid they are, someone who literally uses a search engine every single day, I would expect them to have some level of familiarity with how it works. Yeah, generally.
Yeah, the fucking funny thing is, I learned in fucking 8th grade, okay? When Google was still new. Vaughn has no excuse, but he makes every excuse.
Yeah, it's one of the first things I fucking learned when I fucking got the internet, honestly. So,
source, I saw it in a dream.
Americans heard Biden first proposed this proposal.
It was never going to amount to anything. It was never even going to be something that he pushed with any, like, you know, actual. He never actually had any intent to actually follow through on this. I feel like it was just like a lot of posturing to garner votes from people who from working class people who thought they would benefit from it, and it would have done a lot of good for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, it was never going to happen.
I just want to say, before you start with old Gummler von Shitstain here, I read an article yesterday that said that for those of you who love smoking and, you know, have a pack or two, the menthol ban is being delayed until March. The
menthol ban.
Oh yeah. Apparently, there's no evidence for the rationale behind the menthol ban. So
It really
we'll
is
see.
irrational.
Yeah, it is. Smoking has been going. The rates of smoking have been going down for like the last decade and a half.
And
And now
whenever you tell someone they can't do something, I guarantee you there's some people who fucking
Oh,
pick
of
up the
course.
habit because of that
Of
shit.
course.
It's I don't think it's in the government's place to decide like what you can put in your body when it comes to like fucking, you know, I would never smoke a cigarette, but I still think like it's not like they should be fucking illegal. You know what I mean? That's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, even something as harmful as cigarettes, like people should still be able to make that choice to put in their body what they want. And at the end of the day, that's a consistent standard that I hold, and I'm not going to break on that.
I don't. Hopefully, that's not a double entendre, but
A
anyway.
double entendre. Jesus.
It's
fact checking Biden's comment.
It's double entendre.
Oh my! He wouldn't know how to pronounce that shit if it hit him across.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know how to spoken anyways. So
Biden cancel another $5 billion. Let me see here. Biden forgives another $5 billion. Who qualified? It wasn't me. I never got no memo. I never got anything. Still waiting. Where's it at?
Looks like you're using an ad block.
Biden forgives $5 billion more in student loans for over 80,000 borrowers who qualified. It wasn't me, obviously.
Because you didn't go to fucking college, dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why does he keep acting like this is going to end up giving him money?
You didn't go to college and you didn't take out a federally backed loan. So
have you noticed the commonality though, like between all these fucking recent morning coffees? He's always trying to find a way to be like, oh, I need money. I deserve money for this, that, and the other.
How can I make this crisis about me?
You know what the funny fucking thing is? Despite his political affiliation, Vaughn's just always looking for a handout.
He's always looking for a gum out.
Stop. He's always trying to find the easy way to gum it out, you know?
Yep.
The Education Department has forgiven another $4.8 billion in student loans for roughly 80,000 borrowers. It's the latest tranche of relief to come from Americans who already qualify for debt cancellation through programs such as income-driven repayment and public service loan forgiveness. About half of the forgiveness, $2.2 billion for about 46,000 borrowers, announced Wednesday, came from the administration referred to as fixes. The federal income-driven repayment process, which the department says historically hasn't counted up progress toward forgiveness accurately, leaving borrowers who've been paying down their loans for more than 2 decades unfairly on the hook. Golden ticket, student loan debt forgiveness becomes a reality for more than 804,000 who paid for decades. The rest, about $2.6 billion for more than 34,000 borrowers, was for PSLF participants, people working as teachers, public defenders, and other public sector jobs who have also had their repayment timelines reassessed.
Jesus Christ, Vaughn's being a low-energy piece of shit today. Holy fuck.
Recent months. The Biden administration...
all he's doing is spewing lies about a topic he has no idea about, which is usually fucking interesting to see, but this time it's just him doing his shitty-ass basic Bing search logic.
First announced in July that it would be adjusting borrowers' accounts to make them more accurate, providing almost 1 million borrowers with immediate relief. Okay, let me unpack that for you. What that just said was, if you're poor and you're deep in debt, and you haven't worked for a while, or you're struggling at a minimum wage job, you're not getting debt relief. The people it says that are getting debt relief are teachers, public defenders, which means lawyers, judges, police officers, bailiffs, that type of thing, and other public sector jobs. Those are the people that are getting the debt relief. It just said that. Let me read it again. The rest, about $2.6 billion for more than 34,000 borrowers, was for PSLF participants, people working as teachers, public defenders, and other public sector jobs. Well, if you're poor like me and you don't have an income like me and you're struggling like me,
you're one of the very few people, Vaughn, where I'll say that you have nobody to blame but yourself for your financial state. Like, you have absolutely no one to blame. You've been given multiple opportunities to do something with your life, to make something of yourself, and you don't even try. You don't even do the bare goddamn minimum to do something with your life, and you never will. You've gotten this long without doing it. I mean, you said it yourself. You just turned 60 years old. What the fuck do you have to show for it, Vaughn? A life of failure and nothing else. Welcome back, Ian.
Yeah, sorry about that. Firefox decided to do a crash. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to restart and see what happens. So, yeah.
Welcome back.
Your debt doesn't get relief, according to this very article from USA Today. This is from USA Today. See up there in the upper corner? Let me show you here. See up here in the upper corner? USA Today.
That means it just came out today.
Oh,
so
my God.
Okay.
What a fucking simpleton you are, Vaughn.
Well, what does this mean, Bob? What this means is that it's a sham. It's a joke. The people that need the debt relief most are not going to get it. The people that are going to get it are people like teachers and
this is supposed to be. This is why I think it's going to only be for these particular individuals. This is supposed to be like a nationwide thing. It's not like it's going to target like one particular demographic or like social class. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. If that was the case, then yeah, obviously I'd take an issue with it. But he's shown nothing to suggest that the plan would take that type of approach and only particularly target the upper class. There's nothing to suggest that. Also, he thinks he's part of the people who would get debt relief for this, and I guarantee you that none of fucking Vaughn's debts are related to this shit.
Nope.
So he's just once again looking for a free fucking handout from the government.
Vaughn, I think in your entire life you've deserved exactly zero forgiveness.
Lawyers and judges and police officers and people that already have a way to pay down their student debt. But those of us that are poor and indigent that don't have a way to pay down our debt, we're screwed. Now, in my defense, my student loans were already paid off, believe it or not. Back when Bush had Bush the Younger,
Bush the Younger.
Bush the Younger.
I've never heard him called that before. I don't know.
Most people say W.
Bailout.
Or yeah, W.
Anybody remember the big banker bailout? When Bush had the big banker bailout, one of the people that benefited from that bailout was Freddie Mac. Well, Vaughn, who the hell is Freddie Mac?
Shirley Mac.
Because I know
Shirley Mac.
Who the fuck that is. Freddie Mac, it turns out, is the parent company of all these student loan companies. Sally Mae, Nellie Mae,
Does he think teachers get paid fairly? He's so fucking delusional. He probably does think that. Like, one of the most blindingly obvious positions that people generally acknowledge are not probably compensated as much as they should be in most areas. Yeah, Von Helton doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Because he can't imagine work.
Annie Mae, and etc. Okay? And so Freddie Mac participated in the big banker bailout. They got completely 100% bailed out during the big banker bailout. Well, what does that mean, Bon? That means anybody old as fuck like me that still has student loans were paid off. They were already paid off. The Freddie Mac, the parent company, was paid off, and so therefore all the underlings underneath were also paid off. Everybody was paid off. So my student loan was already paid. But guess what? The student loan company ain't acknowledging it. And they're saying I still owe. Wow, what a shock, right? Because they want money. I can't really blame them, I guess.
Gee, Vaughn, just like you want money for nothing?
That's literally why he's having this entire rant, because he wants a free fucking handout, as I pointed out multiple times. Like, it's clear what his agenda is here. He's calling other people greedy, but that's literally all he wants is that fucking, he wants that cheddar. He wants to gum down that government cheese.
But I mean, still, my student loans were already paid during the big banker bailout. That's the truth. That's not my opinion. That's the truth. But the thing of it is that nobody's talking about that. It's like one of the big kept secrets that there is out there. Nobody, because obviously I got a big picture. George Washington up there.
Oh man, you know what I love? I love when I chain these two together.
Because obviously I got a big picture. George Washington up there doing the Nazi salute.
I could see Vaughn having that as a picture up there. You know what I mean? Like right above his streaming setup. Yeah, I could.
Vaughn was probably in the German American Bund.
Yep, definitely. Plus, we all know the other type of weird shit that Vaughn does. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beyond just the horse mods, there's this.
I killed my mother, my wife, my children.
That's not out of context. No, I mean, yes, it is out of context. But at the same time, the fact that he said it and it could even be taken out of context like that, I don't know. Like, why would he? because like no one's ever tried to say or insinuate that Von Helton raped his fucking children. Like no one's ever fucking said that. No one's ever made that accusation. But he came out and fucking said that shit, like so fucking like that came to the forefront of his mind, and it was something that he said. I can't even imagine like if I was a parent, like that being something that ever like crossed my fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like it's sick and disgusting that that's even something that Von Helton would think about.
Vaughn thinks of disgusting shit all the time.
Well, yeah, we've seen the horse.
He's a degenerate.
He really is. He really is. We've seen his Skyrim mods. I feel like that says 1,000 words about what he's really into in real life, and that's pretty fucking gross.
I'm just waiting for someone to ask when he's gonna play Showering with Dad again.
Oh God, yeah, that too. What are you talking about? I had it on idle in the background. I didn't actually play it. Well, then it says right here that you had like 60 minutes on the game. Well, then that wasn't me. That was a troll. He hacked my account. There's a million levels of fucking cope to justify doing that. Yeah, but we all know what he was doing.
All that pretzel brain logic that he employs.
Yeah, he was doing that shit, fucking whacking off in my Helton's tool shed, and we all know it.
Oh my God. That's an unfortunate phrase.
Why? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, my student loans were paid off during the banker bailout because Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Nellie Mae, Sally Mae, those are all paid off. They were all paid off during the big banker bailout.
Was there ever a Nellie Mae?
So I got mixed drinks this morning.
Damn, the big banker bailout, the BBB. Is that like the sequel to BBC? And I'll let you know. It's up to your imagination which one I'm referring to when I say that, by the way.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
So no, I shouldn't have any student loan debt, but I do because they still want money. And they know as long as nobody brings up that big banker bailout, they'll get away with it. They won't relieve me of my debt.
I'm looking up.
And another thing,
he keeps saying that specifically. He keeps saying big banker bailout. I guarantee you this is not going to yield any Google search results. But I'm looking.
Honestly, I'd rather have a big booby bailout.
Yeah, that's yeah. It sounds like the better scenario.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Everybody benefits from a big booby bailout.
Big wanker bailout. Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008.
Your debt relief will vanish.
Is that what he's talking about? No, wait.
Probably.
It was signed into law by George Bush.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is what he's. Yeah, this is probably what he's talking about.
It is when the housing market fucking took a shit and. Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything about student debt here. Let me.
He's probably referring to the thing that happened under Obama.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
He said that happened under fucking Bush, so he's wrong either way. And yeah. I just looked up the word like student, and I looked up the word debt through all this shit. There's nothing about student debt in particular on this Wikipedia article, and since that's the only amount of research that Von Helton can be bothered to do, then yeah, I just checked the Wikipedia article real fast, and I can't find anything about there being student debt relief here. So seems like more fake news.
Mm-hmm.
Fake news by the Von.
Dude, you think it ain't been over 25 years since my debts were incurred? Where's my debts going poof? Yeah, they're not going poof. They're not disappearing.
I think your brain went poof.
yeah, I agree. He loves horse mod and penis butter. Look, we all know this shit. It's pretty fucking accurate.
I'm living proof that's a fucking lie. But you heard me.
Oh my God. Wow. Indirectly a good fucking singer, but not in the way he meant. Yeah. He's a living proof.
He's a living proof that he's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
Also, to the people watching, if you like this shit, share this shit out, drop a like, helps out a whole fucking lot, and I'd much appreciate it.
Years they'll all go away. No, that's a goddamn lie. I'm living proof it's a lie. I was a Southern Ohio College God. When the fuck was that? That was, I don't know.
That was probably in like the 1870s, Vaughn, when you were still claiming to be a vampire.
Vaughn reckons.
No, it was. Let's see. Wait a minute. Was it the 90s or was it early 2000s? Might have been the 90s, actually. 1990s.
Jesus Christ. You can't tell your decades apart at this point? Jeez, dude. Man, Von Helton's finding his way to an early grave. I don't think his immunity is going to be going up much longer. I feel like he's really spent all his luck at this point because The mental capacity and other
This-
sensory things are clearly going.
This graying old drip can't fucking get his timeline straight.
He really can't. He can't even keep consistent with his own bullshit. Like, I look at someone like Gail, who I believe is like even older than Vaughn by a significant enough margin. I look like, look, she has tons of these fucking crazy ideas. She's got all her lore and all that shit, but at least she keeps it straight and consistent enough. I mean, hell.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Vaughn doesn't even have any
She-
cohesion the way that he.
She at least takes her fucking meds. Vaughn just sits there and fucking fiddles with the peanut butter and his 15 millimeter Peter.
Yeah, I'm tired of this fucking peanut fiddler.
It's been over 20 years. You know, and this is what, 2023?
The 1990s, or 30 years ago.
I'm pretty sure it was in the 1990s. I don't know. I'd have to look again. Anyway, the point is that they should have been paid.
Look it up on fucking Bing then, dumbass.
Paid off.
This should be called Dementia by the Vaughn.
It should have been paid off.
Yeah, Gail is a treasure.
Yeah.
I don't cover her as like content because I feel like her stuff is best enjoyed for what it is. I've never gotten anything out of people giving commentary over it, if I'm being entirely honest. It's just something to be Gail's mind is something to be enjoyed on its own.
Yeah.
That's how
it's a real treat to see what the machinations inside her mind are.
Yeah.
Like,
it's something I would watch in like Unter Theater, but I wouldn't want to do it on the show because it's just like it's the difference of like something I just want to watch and something I'd be like, can I really offer commentary over this? It'd be like me trying to like watch a SpongeBob episode on fucking Underhaven.
It would be like trying to reason with like the guy on the corner with the fucking holding the fucking sign that says "Aliens probed my anus too hard."
Yeah, there's too much fucking lore to it and crap.
There's just, there are some things you just don't touch with a 10-foot pole.
If I review Gail, it's just gonna end up being me being like, "What the fuck?" and that's all. So you know what I mean?
I think every review should end like, "What the fuck?"
But see, nobody wants to do that. And why? I don't know. I don't know why. Anyway, the point is that yes, I have student loans myself, and I ain't heard one fucking peep from him.
I wonder how much he's in fucking debt for these student loans. If this isn't not just him making up more bullshit to try and like play with the current story, because every time a new fucking news story comes up, Vaughn comes up with some random way in which he's related to it and can like have an authority on the matter. So I feel like he makes a lot of shit up. But if that even is true, I wonder how in the hole he is on debt in total.
Oh God, probably. I don't know. Maybe the light from the sun would take 1 billion years to reach him with how far in debt he is.
Yeah, he's down fucking south. That's how down in the hole he is. He's down in that fucking Mississippi mud hole at this point.
He's in the black hole of basic finance.
Biden administration, and now we see why. It's going for people that are teachers, public defenders, public sector jobs, and then up here it's going to let's see, what is it? Fix it to the federal toward Vietnam.
What's up, Mr. Unite? Thanks for joining. He went to a community college for 1 semester. Average cost in the early 1980s was about $800, and this was 40 years ago. Damn, all right. I didn't know that shit. Thank you. I'm glad someone who's more informed on the subject matter of Vaughn is in here. Thank you for
800 buckaroos. Shit, that's cheaper than a fucking computer.
Yeah, that's look, I don't know if that's like scaled for inflation. I assume not, but like that. Yeah.
Here, I'll do a little calculation.
All right. In the meanwhile, I'll let this continue.
Student loan debt forgiveness becomes a reality. Okay, so so it's
Oh my God, Vaughn! Seriously,
income-driven repayment.
He had a loading screen there for like a good solid 10 seconds.
And public service loan forgiveness (PSLF). All right, so if you're a member of PSLF, or you've signed up for it or whatever, then you get relief. Okay, well, funny, nobody told us poor folk
That's $1983. No inflation adjustment.
1983. Good. Okay, so I was off by 2 years. So 1983. Oh, that's nothing. Even with the cumulative rate of inflation, that's only under $2,500.
Wow, and he's bitching about that shit. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, Vaughn. He's an example of someone who's just like, you pay off your fucking debt. You did that shit all that time ago, and you haven't fucking taken the time to do it. Like, really, he's the type of person who actually should fucking be paying up his debt.
Shit, my kidney stones cost more than that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, you fucking got it easy, Vaughn. I'm sure he did nothing with that fucking semester's worth of knowledge. I guarantee you he didn't get jack shit out of it. But hey, like, you know what, Vaughn? Fucking sack up, and how about you do what the fucking party that you're ascribed to and the party that you fucking vote for wants you to do, and fucking pay up your debts, huh? How about you do it?
Book about PSLF. Have you heard of PSLF? I haven't. Nobody told me about PSLF.
Well, because you're a fucking idiot, Vaughn.
I guess you got to sign up to this PSLF before they even.
It's nobody's fucking job to educate you on shit. You should go out and try and learn shit on your own. Just try that just for once, and maybe you'll come out a different person for once.
Vaughn, I know people throughout your life have held your fucking hand for no good goddamn reason. We're not gonna fucking hold your hand.
We're not gonna learn.
Yeah,
the one person
it's not our
willing
fucking
to do
job.
The one person who was willing to do that, and at some point in life, I supposedly had a responsibility to do, is your fucking mother, and she died by your hands. So,
yeah,
live with it.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
In your general. Well, how many poor people know to do that? Nobody. Nobody. It's not on TV. Hey, sign up for PSLF. No, ain't nobody saying that shit on TV. I peruse the channels. Ain't nobody on the internet saying, hey, sign up for PSLF. I ain't got no email telling me to sign up for PSLF. I ain't seen no articles or internet websites talking about PSLF. So no, you know. So if you don't know it exists, you can't sign up for it. And if you don't sign up for it,
I always assumed his mommy paid off his loans and he's lying for sympathy. I'm sure he cried about the monthly payments and she paid it off just like he paid his child support. You would imagine, but that's probably what happened, but I guarantee you he's just pretending that didn't happen just so he can get more sympathy. And like I said, try and have a position on the subject matter that comes from allegedly a position of experience, but we all know how little experience he actually has. This is probably something that, you're right, his mommy did take care of for him, but he's just lying about it so he can pretend to be more experienced and have a stake in the race. You know what I mean?
Stake.
Yeah, I did that intentionally. Thank you.
You can't get the debt relief. Wow, there you go. But like I said, I mean, it says right here in this very article, people that are getting it are people that are already well off anyway. People that are already making money. I'm making money.
I mean, yeah, some of the fucking people who would get debt relief are fucking rich, but does that invalidate the benefit that it would have to all the fucking people who are working class who, you know, in a lot of cases were shoved into that position immediately after high school by their parents? I mean, this is not that all that uncommon of a fucking thing. A lot of people who have no idea what they're fucking doing, just going to college, getting some bullshit fucking degree that they are not even that passionate about.
Yeah.
They're immediately shoved in that shit after high school, immediately after they fucking get the autonomy of being an adult.
Yeah. I think the biggest failure in that isn't, some kid took out some fucking FAFSA and got some fucking scholarships and now they're up, $30,000-$40,000 into their necks. No, it's the fact that a lot of these fucking high schools don't teach much about financial literacy. I was literally taught in independent living how to write a check, but not how to figure out what the fuck a loan is. In the last 19 years, I have never written a check. That is how useless checks are. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're worthless. Also, can you mute yourself when you're not talking?
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a metric dick load of fucking background noise.
I'm having fun with my radar gun. My shiny new radar.
You know what? I wish I was actually listening to that background noise instead of listening to goddamn Vaughn guttering off his gums.
Oh my god.
Is that a good way to describe him singing? I felt like it was really just off the dome, but
I'd rather hear the scratch of nails on chalkboard.
oh yeah, it's the guttering of the gums.
Our gun, yeah. So, if you're, like I said, if you're poor, destitute, ain't got no income,
Destitute.
they're not gonna do shit for you.
Destitute.
They're not gonna
Destitute.
He's
Vaughn, that describes you. You are destitute.
to a fucking T.
You're
feel
not
like
going to survive next fucking year.
he read that in his thesaurus this week and was just like, "Oh yeah, I got to pull that out on the stream."
They're gonna help. They're gonna help their buddies, and to hell with you.
Well, no shit, yeah. They do fucking help out their fucking buddies, their rich buddies all the time. This is a rare example of something that actually could have benefited common people, though. So of course they shot it down, right?
He thinks that help should come without greased palms. I'm like, listen, this country is so fucked up. If you don't give money to the rich, the problems don't fucking get solved even partially.
Exactly.
That's how shit unfortunately works. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just describing the situation.
It's the reality of the situation. If you want to change that, then you need to start voting differently, Vaughn. Because
if you want to get rid of homelessness and you want to get rid of poverty, well, guess what? The system's busted. If you don't grease a few palms, your ideas are going to have zero friction.
Vaughn's the type of person, though, he won't care about the fucking homeless issue until he's fucking homeless, which is increasingly seeming like a possibility based on the amount of debt that he's in.
Like I said, he's not going to survive next year. If he does, it would be a sign of the apocalypse.
Vaughn isn't even registered to vote?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What's up, Todd? Nice to have you here.
Well, yeah, it's
ever since Biden first proposed this shit. And that's the truth. And there's 30 minutes almost exactly on the money. 58, 59, boom, 30 minutes.
He's actually going to keep honest to it. I can't remember the last time he actually did 30 minutes, but yeah, he kept true to it.
All right, very good. Let's go do it for me. But yeah, this $5 more billion.
Oh, the Kentucky Election Board website confirms. All right. Receipts. Okay, so yeah, Vaughn is not even registered to vote. He'll bitch about politics all day, but he won't actually take his ass out of the trailer to go out and vote. That is sad and pathetic. He's no better than fucking anyone like fucking Paul's ego who doesn't go out and vote. If you don't go out and vote, then you're not using what little fucking shred you have left. It's one of our most important fucking tools in the toolbox that we can still use to have some level of effect on our fucking republic.
It's not the only thing you should do. You should also,
but it is one thing you should
work on the local level too.
Exactly.
And that's what these doomer fucking idiots are always blabbing on about. Oh well, the local election, blah 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 blah.
It's an argument. It's an argument that originates from not only laziness but indifference, which I understand where the indifference can come from, because we're up against a fucking system that's stacked against us as common people. But at the same time, like, if you give up that fucking fight, then you're literally giving up everything that we have left, and you can't do that. I don't think that's worth doing. That doesn't mean that you have to be terminally online and involved in politics outside of life every fucking waking second. I hate people who make politics their entire personality. I really fucking can't stand it. But I'm not asking for that. All I'm fucking asking is that you try and do what you can. You know what I mean? Some people can do more than others. But the very bare minimum that you can do is, if you have the day off, go out and fucking vote.
Here's the other thing.
Vaughn has every day off.
If you don't expect to win every fucking election, don't. You are literally just gonna grind yourself into the fucking ground with that. Get used to losing. Try again next cycle. That's just how shit works.
It's not for people that are poor. So if you're poor, you're screwed. There you go. It sucks to be you. What do you want me to say? You got to be in an Ivy League school, or you got to be somebody that's already.
It just sucks to be you pretentious cock.
Be able to pay off their debt. Well, or you got to be part of this PSLF program that nobody knew about. I sure didn't know about it, so I just read it. I did not know about it until I just now read it.
Von Helton's basically doing the same shit today. So.
Von is what
and
people would term their kids in the 90s minimally exceptional.
Oh man,
you can't qualify for that program unless you meet certain criteria. How much you want to bet? So yeah, he's helping his own buddies out of debt. You know, it's a kickback like anything else. It's a scam like anything else. Everything is about rubbing each other's palms, you know, and
What?
Rubbing each
What? Wait a minute.
rubbing each other's palms. It's
Rubbing
greasing each other's
palms.
palms. You fucking horse
Rubbing
bothering
each
piece of
other's
shit.
palms, dude. Come
Oh
on.
my god.
All right. I like how that's the only thing of any value that I've found worth clipping throughout this, but whatever. I'll include it in another video.
Why does he get up so early? He has no job. Well, you know, he's effectively retired. I mean, his brain is retired. I mean, look at
I
how
thought you were
fucking
about to
slow
say
he is.
something else there for a second.
Oh, I was thinking about it and I thought better of it.
His brain's retired. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all BS. Beware of websites saying, "Yeah, man, we'll give you 100% debt relief on your student loans." Don't you dare click on any links.
Yeah, Mr. Unite let us know early. He's only been there for one fucking semester. I didn't know that fact about Vaughn. I assumed he'd never fucking been, but he just failed out of everything, huh? He failed out of college. He failed out of the military. He failed it all.
Because they'll have your fucking information in 2 seconds flat. So don't.
He fails at thinking.
Anyway, that's
Constantly.
going to do it for me. Y'all have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow.
He makes like Brett Keenan flops. There it is, the morning coffee.
I mean,
I know.
God.
Yeah,
right.
you know
And
what?
you said it was gonna be a 3-hour slog. Look at us. We're
not done.
I know. We still got.
We got the SWEGTA video. So.
Yeah. I didn't forget. I am not dumb. I am not Vaughn. Okay.
So I hope you guys will stick with us. This is quite the interesting thing. One of my previous co-hosts was under fire by not just this person, but quite a few other YouTubers who seem to run with this narrative that literally going out and trying to call SWEGTA a scam artist. So I saw like about the first couple minutes of this video and I was immediately infuriated and had so much to say. I was going to watch the whole thing before we went live, but I was literally getting so angry looking at it that I felt like I should give you guys my genuine live reaction to the remainder of it.
I'll interject on occasion, but I have a feeling this is going to be more your bread and butter.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be something very important to me, like, because SWEGTA hasn't been on the show in a long time, but I recently had a conversation with him for the first time in a while because it seems like his life's gotten a lot more stable, luckily, thankfully. And it was really great to talk to him. SWEGTA's an inspiration to me. I love his channel. I love his content. I love him as a person. He's a really great dude. He's upstanding and pretty much every single fucking way. So I do not take lightly to him being slandered. And calling him a scam artist is legitimately slanderous. Look, no fucking action is going to be taken about it. This person is, I assume, American and SWEGTA Swedish. I'm not even saying any action should be taken, but I would definitely say that going out and saying that this Rockstar YouTuber is a scam is definitely fucking disingenuous, especially when it seems like all this guy has is a bunch of fucking conjecture, a bunch of speculation on the subject matter, and doesn't seem to actually provide any receipts or evidence that anything here is actually a scam. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, SWEGTA's a great fucking dude. Anyone who's familiar with the guy generally likes him, but as always, there's going to be people who try and capitalize on the situation because he was going through some terrible shit and he ended up homeless sometime recently. Not recently, it was like last year. This video was made, I believe, earlier this year. Yeah, it was around last year. SWEGTA was dealing with some issues, and he asked for some help from his audience, and a lot of people took issue with it. So let's see what this particular person had to say about it. It really made me angry, and I would like to talk about it with you guys.
Fuck, 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 what the fuck? Fuck, 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 what the fuck?
SWEGTA was actually a YouTuber I used to watch quite regularly. For those who don't know him, he does content on the game Bully. One of the main reasons why I liked him was because he took an older game, because Bully is almost 20 years old now, and he took this older game and he shows that there's still new things sort of being done about this small game covering beta footage and stuff like that. But over the last few years, he's really taken a downfall. At some point in the last 2 years or 3 years or something, he made this video.
I mean, describing someone losing their fucking home and becoming homeless and being in a desperate situation is not what I would call a YouTube downfall. A YouTube downfall is generally what occurs when someone does some shitty fucking thing. So immediately we're starting off with phrasing this in a disingenuous manner. SWEGTA did not get canceled. He did not do some fucking cancelable thing. He was in a really fucking compromised situation, and he asked for some money from the people who could help in his audience. And he made it clear very clear several times when he asked for money that if he only asked for help from people who were willing and able to do so. He did not ask for help from people who were already just struggling to get by. He made it very clear he didn't want those people to help him. He only wanted help from people who were able to do so financially. And he's entertained people for years now, almost a fucking decade on YouTube without asking for jack shit. And really, he's been a pretty fucking selfless dude in most fucking situations that I've seen. He was always really fucking nice to me involving the show. When it came to financial shit and everything, me and SWEGTA never had any issues or bickering at all. He was a super chill, selfless dude. Never asked for a fucking dollar out of the show. He never asked for a fucking cent out of Underhaven. If he was truly in the money, then he would have asked me for money. You know what I mean? Especially when the show was getting consistently good donations, which I haven't focused on for a while, but we might get back to accepting donations more often.
So before you start, you said this guy was American, right?
No, it appears that I misremembered. Based on the accent, this guy appears to be foreign.
Oh yeah, the Turf Island. All right.
Yeah, I can't quite pin down what the accent is.
No,
but...
it has that British tinge.
Oh, you think this guy's a fucking bonger? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can hardly tell the difference between Commonwealth country people. So.
I have some experience with accents.
You have some experience with accents.
Yeah.
What are you, a cunning linguist?
Probably a master debater.
Oh my god! You know what? I'm cutting that out.
Help, I'm about to go homeless. In the video, he complains about not having, enough money. He says about how he was reckless and, was partying with the money and stuff. And thus, because of that, he's about to go homeless. And he even has the cheek in the video to ask people not only to donate to him, but to donate a certain way. I think it's through Streamlabs or something. So that basically to avoid YouTube from taking a cut.
Yeah, why do you have an issue with that? He asked people to donate through Streamlabs so that every fucking cent that they donated would actually go to him, and that YouTube takes a cut from every donation that you get. I think it's 25% or something that they just take
30
out.
30%.
Okay,
30%,
yeah. They take fucking 30% from every donation. Why the fuck would you want that money to go to a massive corporation? If you're going to take the time and money to actually donate to SWEGTA, I imagine you would want all the money to go to him. So why is this the immediate fucking point that you bring up against him like it's some bad controversial thing? Every word that you say in an edited video like this should have purpose. You're just going off with baseless speculation the first few minutes here, and I couldn't get any past that because I wanted to give my live reaction, but
this guy talks like he was hit with a frying pan one too many times.
Oh my god! All right. I mean, yeah, but
come on. Money. You may be wondering, what about if this guy actually doesn't have money to afford rent? I mean, this guy, he has streams. Well, he did have streams.
Considering the fact he went fucking homeless, and you knew that by the time this video came out, yeah, he didn't have money for rent, clearly.
Regularly, where people would donate. He's got his YouTube channel, which doesn't bring in a lot of money, but it brings in some money. He's got some partnership with bullymods.net or something, so he gets paid from them, assumedly.
That website, in terms of that partnership, as far as I'm aware, has been inactive for fucking years. I don't even know if they ever made money on that shit to begin with, but yeah, bullymods.net, as far as I'm aware, has not been active for a long time. I know they tried to do a relaunch of it, or one of the people involved in it tried to do a relaunch of it at some point, but as far as I'm aware, SWEGTA was not involved in that at all. So yeah, Bully Mods, as you're describing it here as, a project, quote co-signed by SWEGTA has not been a thing in goddamn years, and certainly not part of his fucking income. And you even pointed out yourself he did not make much off the fucking channel. Like, he has the potential to monetize his fucking audience, sure, but that does not exist in the fucking ad revenue as it fucking stood. And when you're fucking homeless, it's kind of hard to make content. When you're dealing with shit like, you know, depression, like serious fucking depression, I get everyone to an extent experiences that shit, but SWEGTA was in a really fucking rough mental position. And if you just have no fucking empathy for that, it's not like he lied about where this money was going. He was making it very clear that he was in a desperate situation and he just needed money to scrape by. So it's not like there wasn't transparency about what this was about. He made it very clear too that you should only donate if you have the funds to do so. It's not like he was just trying to garner like desperate fucking sympathy out of people. It was a legitimately compromising situation.
It wasn't like he was trying to hoard cash.
Exactly.
Just trying to get himself out of a shitty situation.
And the fact that his channel doesn't make much money should show you that he's very rarely throughout history ever tried to like monetize his content beyond just occasionally at the end of his videos being like, hey, you know, you can do a YouTube membership or Patreon and all that shit. It's never been something that he's pushed hard. It's donating to SWEGTA has always been an optional thing. So the one time in his YouTube career where he's at the fucking bottom of his fucking hat and he probably didn't want to do that shit. But you know what? When you're fucking going on the edge of being fucking homeless, I can only imagine what would run through your head. You would probably check every option that you could to avoid, you know, being in that fucking position. I can only imagine what it's like. And for someone like this to try and capitalize on the situation by calling SWEGTA a scam artist when you don't know jack shit about the situation beyond what he told you, and from what you can tell about the situation, from what I can tell about the situation, it was perfectly reasonable for him to be asking for money from his audience for the people who can help out. Nothing has been proposed here that's super fucking questionable about SWEGTA's character, as far as I can see.
I don't know how much money he'd get from that, but this first time, maybe there was, you know, an exception. Maybe I'm just being a bit harsh on him. Except that wasn't the case, and he even recognizes this himself. I'm pretty sure he made some tweets about it, I can't remember, but I do know that he changed the video title from Help I'm About to Go Homeless to Worthless Moron Begs for Help He Doesn't Deserve. That's what he put himself.
This just feels like taking pot shots at someone who's like at the bottom of their range. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely fucking insane to be putting this shit out there. Like, it's some type of dig towards him. Like yeah, he put
hang on.
Title in his fucking video. Who the fuck cares? Honestly, I really don't give a shit about that.
Does like, this guy not understand what the fuck sarcasm is? Like self-deprecation? Like, is this guy just fucking taking everything at face value?
Well,
like
look,
fucking
people tend to make those jokes when they're feeling fucking shitty about themselves too. Like, sometimes it's a way to fucking cope with feeling terrible or depressed. I've done that same type of shit too. It's not always the case, but yeah, I'm more likely to make self-deprecating humor, at least when I'm feeling fucking shitty, because sometimes that's the fucking way that you feel. You just want to shit on yourself because you feel like shit. That's just how it is sometimes. It just feels like you're shitting on someone's depression at this point. Something that I believe SWEGTA has since taken down those videos. Probably because he doesn't need the fucking help anymore. He seems to be in a very healthy position now. As far as I'm aware, SWEGTA is no longer homeless. He has a job as a fucking postman. At least he said that in his fucking Twitter bio. So I assume that's where he's working at the fucking post office. So yeah, I mean, he has a job. He has a place to live.
That's a nice, cushy government fucking job.
Exactly,
He's on the right path.
So whatever he did with the money that was donated to him, it got him back on track and it got him stable and got him on his feet again. So, and it seems like he's going to be coming back to making content soon. He just put out a video recently. So he's going to do good on that fucking donation and that goodwill. And he's going to deliver the fucking content he's delivered to his fans for years. So why the fuck do you have a problem with it?
And that was around the same time he changed another video's title as well into something degrading. I can't remember what the title of that other video was now, but you know, that was
just a bunch of fucking conjecture I have to take your word for, basically. You can't provide an example. You can't even like vaguely describe what the title was like. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this happened another time. How many fucking people ate up this bullshit? 139 at least liked this, and 5.1k people watch this. People literally just consume any fucking bullshit content that confirms their biases. And I have no idea why people would dislike SWEGTA to begin with. SWEGTA is one of the nicest, most down-to-earth fucking people I've ever met in my life.
I'd say that's pretty low, though.
Overall,
both in view count and you know, trying to go after SWEGTA. It's pretty
for this type
low.
Of drama bullshit. Yeah, I will say that's a pretty low view, but still, like,
it was a few years ago. he got back on his feet, he started posting videos again. And that was the real issue. That was the reason why he wasn't making any money. It was because he wasn't making any videos. But he mentions in the video that he's actually looking for full-time jobs and that he needs a bit of stability. And he's not going to move away from YouTube, but he needs to be doing something else as well. Which is good. That sounds
Yeah, and that's what he did.
healthy. Except from a few weeks ago, SWEGTA has this new video, and it's called Please Help Urgent, which is essentially the same video as the first one, except he's deleted the first video so no one can see that he's done this before. It's a pump and dump type scam, You pump out this
It's not a fucking scam! No
It's
one's
not
being
even-
misled about where the
Oh
money's
my God.
going to. How the fuck is that a scam?
It's neither pump and dump nor a fucking scam. This guy is pissing me off already. First of all, a pump and dump scheme, by the way, is when you decide to intentionally inflate the value of stock, get people to buy it, and then when it proves it's fucking fake, you take the money and fucking run and leave them holding the bag. That's pump and dump. It's
Yeah,
not
throw dumb and
what
run,
Swag has ever done.
Yeah, that's attribute that type of shit to actual fucking con artists. Like, this is not
He's not Bernie Madoff, okay?
exactly. You know what would be a scam if SWEGTA was trying to say that this was going to some type of source that it wasn't. He's being completely he's being completely transparent that he is homeless and that this money is to help him fucking survive. And also, it's not like this is like a proper piece of content. Why would you leave a video up that? Like, why would you leave a video like that up afterwards? Like, I would depend on to some extent how much these videos are spread apart, but I'm sure it's not like he was asking immediately the next day after privating. And even then, like, maybe he wanted to phrase something differently. There's any number of reasons why he could have fucking privated that video, and he's just immediately taking the worst assumption about his character. Because that's what sells on YouTube, on this type of rage bait bullshit. Also, what's up, Mango? Nice to see you here. You're welcome to join if you'd like. The link's in the streams channel.
Rap video of saying that you don't have money and then you expect people to donate to you, and then you delete the video and all is well again until you do it again. And this time, apparently he's actually got a decent amount of money from it. Apparently he's got like more than a few hundred. It's like 1,000 or something now. I have no idea how much money he managed to make after the first video, but the thing that is annoying is that in this second video, he mentions the fact that he's got a job. He's been training for this job for a long time. He said that because he was training for so long, he didn't have enough money to sort of afford rent and stuff, so he's 1 month behind.
Yeah, no shit. You don't get paid until you do a month of work, usually. Or, it depends on, like, how you get paid at your job. But yeah, you can be out even if you start a job for quite a while, and you still got to find a way to make rent due. This was probably the last, and as far as I'm aware, this is the last example this guy provides in the video of him asking for money. So, yeah, one final time where he asked for some help with his fans. What's so wrong with that? And I believe he said this video was weeks after the previous one, so what's the issue here? He was actively working to get a job, so you should have absolutely no issue with him asking for some help.
On rent, and he's got $5 to his name or something, and he hasn't got any food and whatever, and he puts on the I want to be able to eat tonight, I don't want to starve, all the putting on all the works. It just comes across as really fake. I mean, this may even be a little detail, but I've noticed from the first video to the second one, the first one was filmed where there was a bunch of games on the shelves and it was sort of a nice setup. And then the second one, I think he sort of moved the camera up so you can't see the rest of his room that looks nice. Instead, you can just see this bed frame with
my
what looks to be like a bunch of...
What kind of weird fucking conspiracy is this?
He's really stretching the
yeah, he's framing the camera so you can't see how rich he is in the background, guys. Like, all he has is a bunch of conjecture and assumptions. That's all he fucking has. Like, oh, it might be this, it might be this. Well, yeah, sure, maybe if you look at this through the most fucking disingenuous, least charitable fucking lens that you possibly could, sure, that it could be this, it could be that.
This video is a load of bollocks.
Yeah, I mean, he could fucking drink milk raw from the fucking cow's teat for all I know. I could say any fucking assumption. He could be doing anything off camera, like literally. Who are you to assume? What?
Vaughn is the only real victim.
Vaughn's the real victim here. Thank you, Richie.
Oh
Rugg,
my
yes.
god. It's
Junk
terrible.
on it. It looks like a lengthways bin for some reason, but it is really sort of trying to sell that image of this guy who is, you know, he's downbeat.
Trying to sell, assuming malicious intent about something in the fucking background. Does this look like an amazing living situation to you? I mean,
Fuck no.
no, it certainly fucking doesn't. And someone in the
There's not
comments,
even a goddamn mattress on that. Like,
someone in the comments
dude.
pointed out that he showed off this room and its full exterior at some point, and it looked very fucking cramped, like a very temporary living space. This clearly was not a long-term place for SWEGTA to be able to live.
No.
It's blindingly fucking apparent. For all I know, this could have been someone's fucking goddamn closet. Like really, like people have to make do when they're in a compromising position. This guy clearly doesn't understand that shit because he was more than willing to make fun of fucking someone's suffering and capitalize on it, or at least attempt to, with some cheap fucking drama clickbait.
Really sort of trying to sell that image of this guy who is, you know, he's downbeaten, you know, the world's sort of doing him bad, but, you know, he's trying his best to stay optimistic and just, oh, you know, if you could just send over a few bucks. It's wrong, in my opinion. I you know, I get the fact that it's a difficult
It's wrong? It's wrong to be homeless? It's wrong to need some fucking help? What kind of fucking argument is this bullshit? This is the type of argument from someone who's like, you know what? Just fucking kill all the homeless. They're a blight on my fucking eyes. So just fucking execute them all. Oh yeah, I don't want to see this shit. I want to see the suffering of society. I'm not going to actually do anything about it. And I'm gonna judge people who actually go out and support SWEGTA voluntarily with their own money, knowing damn well where the money's going to. Yeah, I'm gonna shame those people. Fuck you. Fuck you. Try to frame this like it's some type of balanced, even take. You're not treating this with the weight it actually fucking deserves. Jesus.
time for everyone at the minute, you know, wars and such, but this guy expects you to give him money because of what? He hasn't mentioned it in this video, but how do we know that you haven't been wasting money on stuff, on partying and such? Something I didn't mention was, in the video he claims that he's been 5 months sober, but that's...
Another fucking bad faith assumption. Immediately after the last one. How do we know he's not doing this? How do we know he's not doing that? How do we know he's not doing this? How do I know that you don't eat fucking women's placentas? How do I know that? Can you prove it to me? Because you seem like a massive fucking dickhead to me, so I can just make a bunch of bad, weird-ass assumptions about you, too.
I mean, how can we trust what he says? There's no real way of knowing that he's not lying to us. And given the fact that the whole...
He's a lot more trustworthy and transparent than you lying fucking piece of shit. With this fake-ass fucking title. Just a bunch of conjecture. I've been watching this shit for 5 minutes and you've said nothing of value. You've just done a bunch of shitty speculation. Oh my god.
Operation is shady. Him lying to his audience doesn't really seem that beyond. I'm not accusing him of lying, but it doesn't leave...
Yeah, you're not just accusing him of lying, you're accusing him of all this other fucking potential shit. Well, you're not directly accusing him, you're just saying like, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, with no fucking basis in reality for why you're coming to these conclusions. The only solution is you have an uncharitable view on SWEGTA. You wanted some easy clicks and views, so you wanted to rant about a fucking YouTuber. And unfortunately, you were rewarded for that shit. Sad how YouTube works, eh?
Much trust. I'm not saying you should suffer if you don't have the money. You should just sort of suffer quietly and, you know, not bother. But it's just, if you were really that adamant about, well, if you were really in that situation of shit, I'm going to go broke, no other way that you could deal with things. Could you not sell items in your house that you don't use anymore?
What
well,
fucking house?
I guess you could.
What house? What fucking house? By this time, he was already homeless. By this time, he didn't have a fucking permanent place of residence. Also, you don't even know... You talk about fucking making assumptions. You don't even know if he did that shit. Maybe he did. SWEGTA was going through some rough times for not just a fucking year, but longer than that. Before the fucking homeless shit, he was dealing with a lot of fucking demons. I know that for sure. He's talked about it. Not in great detail, but he doesn't owe us a fucking explanation about that shit. anything that he did owe an explanation on was shit that he made perfectly fucking transparent when he was asking for money. He made it clear why he was asking for the money, and he made it clear that the only people who should be donating are people who are able to do so. It's fucking obvious. Jesus Christ. Good morning, Bill Portley. Yeah, I'm very angry. I'm very angry because SWEGTA is someone who's really important to me, even though I don't like to. Even though I don't get to talk to him as much as I'd like to. It seems like that's changing because I've been talking to him again, which is very nice. But look, at the end of the day, he's just like such a great fucking dude. If you get to know him or even just watch his content, you can tell he's a genuine person. And a lot of people in the comments were coming out and disputing this shit. People with actual fucking empathy were coming out and being like, hey, maybe this is a little bit of a disingenuous, bad faith take. And upon watching more of it, actually getting into more than just 2 fucking minutes, I can tell that it gets more bad faith as things go on.
Could, but what's the point in that when you can just e-beg, essentially? And I wonder how long it'll be until he changes the title of this one to Worthless Moron Begs for Help again. Here's what SWEGTA does. This is why I think this is all that's happening. SWEGTA was posting videos. I'm guessing he was running out of content and he was getting bored of Bully or whatever it was. And he slowly started moving towards more of a Rockstar YouTuber than just a Bully YouTuber. He would occasionally cover other games, but then he made it more of a deal to focus on all Rockstar content, with the majority of it still being Bully, but he expanded a bit, and that was fine. But then he made this one video on GTA 5 where he accused Michael and Franklin of being transphobic, I think, was something they say to drag queens, and the video got a lot of
What are you gonna have to say about this one?
flag because they're drag queens, they're not trans, and a lot of people essentially called him transphobic for not understanding or for blatantly ignoring the details. I don't know which one it was. Did he ignore? Did he not understand? I don't know. But the video...
Just because not all fucking drag queens are trans doesn't mean that drag queens can't be trans, and they are inherently tied to the LGBTQ community, so... Like, there is still some level of fucking connection there. And not to mention that a lot of fucking people who are transphobic talk about drag queens like they're the worst fucking boogeyman of all time constantly. So, yeah, like it or not, they have been conflated in the same conversation. And, talking shit on them is obviously going to cause discussions about trans people, inevitably, even if it's not the same thing.
You've got a lot of flack, and a lot of YouTubers actually covered the video. Well, not a lot of them, but it was covered, and I think that knocked his confidence. I think that's what it was. And that was the other video that he changed.
And this fucking one take Andy literally can't even be bothered to do a second take where he articulates himself a little bit better. I know I'm not the best. I've been mumbling and stumbling all over my words today. But at the same time, this is a live stream, and I'm not doing a dedicated response video to this. I might do it at some point, honestly. This shit makes me want to bust out an actual excuse to make a proper response video again, and I might record some shitty-ass gameplay footage to basically do the same type of content this guy's doing. Look, I can't knock him for the basic-ass gameplay. I do the same shit.
The title of before. So then he started making videos again, but they slowed down, and eventually he stops for a while, and you're wondering where he's gone. I don't even think he does any streams or anything. Then what happens is, he either comes back with a video or a stream or something, but if not either way, he brings out this video of, please help me, this is urgent, I'm going to go homeless. And the reason why he posts a video before or a stream before, if he does, is so that it comes up in your feed and you start thinking about him again. You're like, oh, SWEGTA's back. What
a goddamn disingenuous way to... Oh, yeah, the only way he makes content is just in hopes that someone will look at that fucking urgent help video and donate to him. Are you fucking serious? Maybe you just wanted to post some content on the channel and, entertain the people, some of them who actually came to help him out in his time of need. Even while he was fucking in a really compromised position, SWEGTA was still occasionally putting out content. With much less frequency than it was before, but he still tried his best to put out content when he could, even when he was at the fucking bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? Probably in one of the lowest points of his life, for all we could fucking imagine. I mean, I don't know if he's ever been homeless before, and yeah, that's one of the worst positions a human being can be in. So maybe have a little bit more fucking empathy before you make a video about 20 minutes long, bitching about shit you have no idea about.
Go watching and go see what he's up to. And then you'll see this new video of him begging for money. Then he does his begging, and people feel sympathetic, and They think that, oh, must be the first time this has happened to him, because they can't see another video relating to the topic because, you know, the other video is gone, it's been removed. He's privated it or deleted it, I'm not sure. And then he'll go and, you know, I'll post, you know, a few more videos or do a few more streams. Oh, thank you so much, guys, for the support, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the same thing happens again. He slows down and then he stops. And if this is just going to be a rinse and repeat kind of strategy, it's not going to turn out well for him. You can see in the comments of the latest video that people have already been complaining. I'm gonna sound like
Show literally one piece of evidence to like support what you're saying. Like, I'm sure it exists, but can you even be bothered to show me one single comment, or are you just like everything else gonna expect people to just take your word on it? Because at this point, you've shown that you're nothing but a disingenuous douchebag.
like his dad or something now. But I don't think the disappointing thing about this is him begging for money when he doesn't need to. It's the fact that I've seen his content before, and it's good content, you know, it's entertaining. It's not for everyone, but you know, I genuinely liked the content. And with a lot of YouTubers, I like to go back and I like to watch their old videos, and I'll go through particular times where I've been.
I know exactly what type of person this guy is, especially based on how he's talked about SWEGTA. He just sees YouTube and YouTube people as like disposable content. He doesn't actually give a shit about the human element. He doesn't give a shit about their fucking suffering. He just sees them as content. And as soon as people tread off that mark of just being content, and they maybe ask for a little bit of fucking help for all the fucking free content and hours of watch time that, you know, they've given you, all that free fucking entertainment Sweg has gotten, and he asked you voluntarily to maybe consider donating some money if you're off well enough financially to help out. Just not even it's not like he held you at fucking goddamn gunpoint or he even fucking guilted anyone into doing it. He was very honest about the situation he was in, and he asked for some fucking help. That's all there is to it, and there's nothing immoral about it. And if you really think that there's something immoral about that, then I challenge you to take a look at your own moral standards and points of view. And if you were in a similar position, to say that you would not exhaust every option that you have and even probably, you know, try to reach out to your fucking minimal audience to see who could help out, I think it's just fucking disingenuous. I think it's something that you would quickly realize that you are wrong about when you were in that position. God hope you never get into that position. I don't want anyone to ever have to fucking face homelessness. And if they do, then I would have the utmost fucking empathy for them. But apparently you can't say the same.
A particular YouTuber at one point, and I'll watch that video, the older videos on their channel, and you know, some of it's dated, but sometimes it's, you know, it's funny or it's entertaining. And with SWEGTA, I feel like if I did that, I'd be helping to feed his I don't know if you want to call it a money addiction or his begging addiction, or maybe addiction is a bit far, but
you've already established he barely makes any goddamn money on the channel.
This pattern he's developing of begging.
It's not a pattern. This is one fucking thing that happened. SWEGTA has not gone homeless multiple times. He's not, quote unquote, begged for money from his audience multiple times. He's asked for money one time in a compromising position. Well, twice during one period. And the last time was clearly just because he needed to fucking pay for rent. And he was still trying to get that fucking first check. It's blindingly apparent. I mean, why do you have to have this disingenuous view on literally everything he does? I really don't like it.
The internet. So I can't go and watch his old videos without feeling guilty. And I know that he has the ability to make good videos still. Even if Bully is, you know, if Bully is finally running out of content to talk about, and you want to branch out to Rockstar game, you know, to other Rockstar games, that's fine. I can't say I watch SWEGTA's content for his personality all the time. I've always found him a little bit pretentious, but he is also funny, and I would.
How the fuck is he pretentious? This is what I mean when it's like, generally when you have a video like this, you will say something, especially something like that, and you will provide an example of someone acting that way. But just like everything else in this video, just like everything goddamn else that you've stated in this video, you just want me to take you at your word, don't you? Well, each time you ask me to do that, I get less and less charitable to do so. I'm at the point where I don't even give a shit what you're saying. Anything that you say, I'm probably just going to believe the opposite by default, just because you've You've proven that you have no fucking regard for anything other than whipping up a video that you know will easily get some fucking clicks and views because it's controversial about a YouTuber, and that's what sells most.
Interested to see his personality in videos. Even if he moved away from Bully, I would still go and watch his newer videos. He's not posting much. The videos the last few videos he posted before this one begging for help actually seemed somewhat interesting. They reminded me a lot of the videos he made before the first time he was e-begging, you know. But he just prefers to e-beg instead. And I don't know how conscious of a move it is. I don't know if he's there, you know, like twiddling his fingers together like a kind of evil Mr. Burns and like, yes, let's steal all the money from all the sympathetic.
Another fucking disingenuous fucking take. This is not a pattern. Like I feel like I'm going in circles. This is not a pattern that's shown itself throughout fucking history. SWEGTA was dealing with some serious shit one time and asked for help, you dumbass.
That's exact there. Or if it's more of a subconscious thing in
Yeah, it's lazy as hell. It's 17 minutes of him saying the same shit in circles over and over again.
You know, he's like, right, I've worked hard, I deserve to party, and then he parties too hard and he goes, shit, I haven't got any money. What's the best thing I can do? I can ask, you know, I've got a big audience, I can ask them for money. I don't know how conscious it is, but either way, it's wrong. And I don't think it should be allowed. I'm not saying he should get banned from YouTube or anything like that. But
You literally just said it shouldn't be allowed. What else am I supposed to interpret that as?
I don't think he should be doing it. I think he should be looking at that big platform he's got and to say, I've got a big platform, I can do something with this. If I'm desperate for money, then I should work hard for it. Yeah, everyone's struggling at the minute. As I've said,
he still makes fucking content. He wasn't putting out as much, but like I said, he was still trying to put out content whenever he could. And he's put out content for years that he didn't charge any fucking money for. So what? You can't one time ask for help?
Said previously. And, you know, YouTubers...
I would say that he's put in the effort for a long time entertaining people with great high-quality videos. And I feel like he's built up enough good faith and, you know, with his audience who know that he's a good fucking honest upfront dude that for him to ask for help during a time of fucking need is nothing controversial unless you're a dickhead who looks at everything like this with a negative point of view. But of course, you don't give a shit about context. Like I said, you just want an easy fucking drama clickbait video.
On an exception, YouTube is getting increasingly more difficult to make money off of as time's going on. But I don't think that begging for money on the internet is the right move when you have all this possibility and all of the money that it actually is coming in. You think about it. He's got his YouTube streams. I don't know if he does streams anymore. I don't think he does. Or he hasn't done any recently, I should say. But he could do streams easily. And, you know, I'm not trying to criticize here, but all it seems to be on his streams...
as far as I'm aware, when he did that last video, and you said as much, like, he was having to pay for rent. He was probably just getting fucking settled into his environment at that point. Being able to do live streams, sure, it can be relatively easy given the right setup, but we have no idea what equipment he had on him at the time. Like, you don't know what fucking SWEGTA had access to at the time. And for someone who just pretends all throughout this video, like, we don't know this, we don't know that, how about you understand that you don't know everything about him and you actually look at it through, you know, maybe a charitable lens for once?
I haven't watched many of them, but from what I've seen, it seems to be sort of, he plays a game, you know, sometimes it's, he does like a speed run, but sometimes he's just, you know, chilling and playing a game, and it's just his audience coming in. And they do donate money. He gets quite a lot of donations. I remember watching one of them, and he got over 10 donations, and, you know, they weren't small. So he's got YouTube, streaming, his job. I think he gets money from bullymods.net, as I said. Those are just some of the...
You said that like it was a definitive income source just earlier in this video, and now you're fucking trying to backtrack on it.
Ways that he is or could be making money. And I mean, let's look this up. SWEGTA is from Sweden, that's how he got his name, is for Sweden, and then GTA, because he was originally a GTA YouTuber. So I've done some research, and apparently the minimum wage in Sweden is the equivalent of, it's 6,400 Swedish krona.
This entire fucking thought experiment doesn't make any goddamn sense when you realize he made it clear that he was fucking trying to make rent due before he could get his goddamn first check. Jesus, brother. Like, he had been training for quite a while. He talked about that. He went into detail about it. You mentioned it in this goddamn video. It takes time sometimes to get a job and get trained for it and then proceed to get paid.
Anyway, even though there is no actual minimum wage, this seems to be the sort of lowest it typically goes, which is the equivalent of $660 a month. Now, I imagine that's very low wage. He mentioned his job before. I can't remember. I think he mentioned his job before. I can't remember what it
You can't even be bothered to do the goddamn bare minimum research to take a look at what he is. You could literally just look at his profile on Twitter and you would see it.
was. But either way, he's
You
mentioned
lazy.
training.
Oh my god, stop being so fucking lazy. The worst part is this laziness gets rewarded easily by YouTube. This is not a big fucking channel, no shame to that, but it got a lot of fucking views and fucking likes for what amounts to just drivel.
Well, if he's going
Lazy
on training,
drivel.
that would imply he's probably getting a little bit more than minimum wage at least. The average apartment cost in Sweden is 28,000 Swedish krona a month. However, it could even be less than 10,000 Swedish krona a month. And remember that he made, the minimum is 6,400. So that is just his bare minimum of what he could be earning from his job. I don't know what his job is. I don't know how much he's earning. But let's just say...
Oh my
obviously he's-
god.
Let's just say about rent for now, because that's...
Man, this guy is grading any
I-
vehicles.
Anna,
What?
Brett Keane speaks faster than this guy.
Yeah, I know, he really does.
Christ on a fucking cross.
You can generally cut corners on a lot of other ones, like not using as much electricity.
I feel like this guy's like the British Keen. Maybe he's like one of their relatives from abroad, you know?
The Brit Bong Kane.
the Keen clan. Part of them
Oi, fish-
immigrated.
Oh,
Part of them immigrated here during the colonies, you know?
Oh, cheerio.
Cheaper foods, etc. Let's have a look at how much he makes from YouTube. So according to this, he's not making that much from YouTube, but according to Social Blade, he's making anywhere between £26 to £420 a month.
But yeah, that's quite the disparity. I'll say that much. Yeah, you can't really trust fucking Social Blade when it comes to that type of shit. When it comes to video views and subscribers, sure, those are easily measurable metrics, but estimated earnings is just that, estimated. And I wouldn't put much fucking faith in it, considering the disparity between $26 and $420 is quite a lot.
Just convert that
Pounds.
into Corona. Even on the
Eh.
smaller end of that is 333 Swedish Corona. And on the higher end
Swedish
of that,
boners,
it's 5,000
Swedish penis and larger pumps.
400 Swedish Corona. So it makes you wonder, you know,
Wait,
if he can pay
Swedish Corona? Did I hear that right?
Kronor. Yeah, he keeps
after
saying
his
Corona.
YouTube.
It's
after he does-
Kronor.
And
It's
he's
not a fucking beer, yeah.
got streaming,
Oh my
God.
and
I don't think-
he's got his
5,000 Swedish coronaviruses. Got it.
She's got over £1,000 in there, $1,000. I can't remember which, but it was 1,300, whatever it was, and it wasn't Swedish Corona. You know, and he might have, you know, money coming in from bullymods.net. How, in his right mind, is he?
That's the third time he's mentioned that, by the way. That's the third goddamn time he's brought that shit
Oh
up.
my god.
Hello, Miss Go. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here.
Welcome aboard, because this guy is fucking boring the tits off of me.
We're about to be fapping this up. There's only a couple minutes left.
Oh,
of it.
thank Christ. Thank
Yeah.
Christ.
That's what to ask
Thank
proceeding.
Chrysler.
Django Chrysler.
for more money. Even if times were that rough, he could make a YouTube video, a sponsored one. And he's done sponsored videos before. I don't know how much exactly a sponsored video makes. I'm sure it depends on the size of your channel, but I know that they can get quite big, you know. I mean, I remember Pyrocynical. Obviously, he's a much bigger YouTube channel.
Fucking
but I-
Pyrocynical as an example, really? Well, someone
wanna-
with way more notoriety than SWEGTA.
I want to
no
slam my head into the fucking keyboard right
offense. I want
now.
to fucking slam my penis in the car door at this point.
I'm talking about, I think it was £60,000. He had, he was offered for one bit of, one sponsored video. which I imagine is about like 70 to 80 US dollars.
I mean, have you fucking seen Pyrocynical dressed as a girl? That's a big reason why a fucking Pyrocynical can make that much money.
And also, Pyrocynical's a much bigger YouTube channel, but even a smaller YouTube channel like SWEGTA could still get sponsored videos, is what I'm saying. Even if he only makes, 1/60th of that, that's £1,000,
Damn, the hotel Wi-Fi has claimed Miss Go
I
before
was
she
about
could
to.
even say anything.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Well,
Thank God there's actually finally a fucking end to the hotel saga.
Yeah.
I just joined in for the Wi-Fi to immediately boot me. God bless hotel Wi-Fi. Hey, you know what? Hopefully it'll be at its end fairly soon, Miss Go.
a little over $1,000 US, I imagine. That would pay a big chunk of your bills. If you're a viewer and a fan of SWEGTA, like myself, please don't donate to him. If you donate to him, you're only helping the cycle in his mind of thinking that he can get more and more donations.
More
please don't
bullshit
fucking help someone
psychoanalysts.
Yeah, exactly. Please don't help someone who's homeless. Well, you know what? Unless someone shows you a reason to believe that they're disingenuous, like if this actually became like some type of cycle, like the Brett Keaton cycle, something that's recognizable and happens over and over again over a course of many years, then sure. But this is something, like I said, that's happened one fucking time. It's been one time where SWEGTA has been in a really compromising position and had asked a couple times about getting some help. And yeah, I've refuted this a million different ways to fucking Sunday.
From
Go
his
fuck yourself.
fans and essentially rip them off, sometimes when they're in times of need as well. I do want to preface that I am a fan of SWEGTA and I would like to see better content coming from him. I would like to see him thriving.
You're not a
As I
fan.
said,
You're
I
a
wish
fair
I could
weather
be
friend.
fans
Fuck
for-
off.
Exactly, yeah. Like I said, you're just someone who looks at someone like this like their content and nothing else. You enjoy his
Yeah.
content, but as soon as fucking the ugly head of the fact, oh, this person's a human being crops up, you're immediately willing to drop them and make a video fucking shit talking them. At least SWEGTA actually makes content that makes people laugh. People will never fucking remember this video because it has nothing of merit. It's just like junk food content that people will consume once and never think about again. If you make this type of content nothing more than this, then what type of legacy are you gonna leave on YouTube?
I would have rather had an enema than watch this fucking video.
Yeah, I agree.
Any of that crap. I just don't think it's right that he's begging for money all this time when he does have other options, and he's done this before. It just seems wrong, and I thought I had to talk about it. So that's all I really have to say.
You spoke for 17 minutes, but have said absolutely nothing of value at all. Nothing original that couldn't be said by anybody else fucking speculating bullshit off the top of their head. You didn't do any research. All you did was make a fucking clickbait headline. That's all you fucking did. That's about the extent of effort that you were willing to put in that video, is just getting the asses in the seats. So thanks for wasting 17 minutes of my goddamn time. Anyway.
Yeah, I'd like my money back.
Yeah, me too. I'd like my money back so I can donate it to SWEGTA so this Brit can fucking seethe some more.
Yeah. Fuck,
Yeah.
that makes me want to donate right now.
Exactly, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well.
That
I got
was
quite angry there, didn't I? But I think I
yeah.
was justified.
I'm not arguing.
Oh yeah? You aren't arguing?
No, I don't. My brain is elsewhere. That fucking video damn near put my ass to sleep. I had to make another mixed drink. Fucking okay, I need more NOS, I need more throwback, I need to stay awake, I need to fucking
God.
for a bit there I was actually doodling because I ain't got anything to fucking do. So I was gonna let you handle most of it.
Yeah, no, I'm
Holy-
glad you let me go solo for most of that because I had very strong opinions and I feel like I articulated myself very well. You know how my brain feels now that that's over with?
Like a weight has been taken off of it.
Oh, I can sum it up in one clip. Oh, man. All right.
Classic. I love
Jesus Christ.
that.
I don't know if Mango's gonna be going live this morning. I think she mentioned.
You know what? I think she might.
Yeah, I lose track of the days earlier, but I mean a lot. So
yeah.
wow.
I mean, I do too. Don't
man,
feel bad.
look, I'm stumbling all over my words again. You can tell that took all of my mental brain power.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm gonna start doing some clips. I haven't uploaded a clip on this channel in like 8 days.
Oh
So
shit! Yeah, Mango will be.
Mango's gonna be going live. All right,
Yes.
hell yeah! I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking
I'll
forward to
be
the end of the
fucking-
hotel saga as well. But I'm sure I'm not looking forward to it nearly as much as Mango is.
I will be in the chat to use my words in a way to paint a picture of Shanny's Crisco crotch.
So yeah, anyone who's here, go take a piss. I'm gonna go make some coffee and check out Mango in like 30 minutes from now.
Yeah. Come on down. You are all the next contestants on the Mango is Right.
Corm on down. This might be the most long fucking archive stream that we've done so far. I could have a question.
Mayhem.
Actually,
What?
yes, it is by a couple minutes. The longest one so far has been 1 hour 47 minutes.
Oh hey,
Yeah, so now we're at like
almost
probably
150.
Yeah, 150. All right. I feel like this was a really good one. It was nice to cover two things.
Yes,
Nice to...
indeed. Nice
So
to pop on.
Yeah, no, nice to have you. Nice to have you here. Nice to fucking have you here. Thanks for not making it a 3-hour goddamn stream.
Oh fuck! No, it's close to 2. You know.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder where those extra fucking minutes came from. You know what? I'm blaming the extra fucking 5 minutes on you.
Oh well.
That's actually more like 3 minutes, but whatever.
Oh no, you made a longer one than the one that already held the record. Oh no. Oh boo hoo.
Oh no.
I hate you. And I love that. Oh,
All right.
Okay. Oh god.
All right. Guys, drop a like if you haven't yet. It helps out a whole lot. I appreciate everyone who showed up and chilled out with us. It's always fun doing these. All right, you guys have a good morning, and as always, stay toasty. Bye. Helton, say goodbye.
Good morning.
Oh my! All right.